All right, so now we've got log equations, where you start with logs. Joy. So to undo a log, you want to use exponents. So you can either think of this as writing it in an exponential form, or what I've kind of come used to doing is saying, like, my base is 10, right? It's because it's a common log. I'm just too lazy to write the 10. So I can say that 10 to the left side equals 10 to the right side. It's a little bit odd, kind of sneaking it under, but that will undo the log base 10, and I'll just get 2x on the left and 10 to the negative 1 on the right. So that is writing it in exponential form like you've done in the past, like 10 to the negative 1 equals 2x. If you've snailed it, or this to this power equals that. So however you want to think of it, somehow go from logs to exponents. And then now we just need to solve for x. And I'm going to rewrite that 10 to the negative 1 is 1 over 10. And then I'm just going to divide both sides by 2. You just solve whatever equation comes out. Whatever equation comes out is going to be some blast from the past. Dividing by 2 is the same as multiplying by a half. So I get that. Yeah, so once you go from log form to exponential form, you solve that equation, whatever may be. Maybe it could be a quadratic, it could be a weird thing with fractions, but you're out of log territory. It's just whatever it is. So if I do this guy, again, the base is 10, so I'm going to undo it by taking 10 to both sides. I'll have, which will undo the log, and then it'll give me 10 squared. And then you just solve whatever comes out. So subtract the 1, divide by 3. Oh, before I put a big check mark for logs, you always need to check for extraneous answers. You can't take the log of a negative. This would be a no-no. So if I put a 33 in, I'd have 3 times 33 plus 1. That's positive. It's okay. So you don't need to do a full check. You just need to check that the inside is positive. And then I should have checked for the last one too. If I put a 1/20th in there, 2 times 1/20th is positive. Oh, fine, we're good. Okay. Let's see. What else have they got here? I had something like 36. They've got the log 6x minus 3 is negative 4. So I would just get that log alone first, add the 3 to both sides. They really like base 10. So okay, 10 to both sides will undo it. 6x will be 10 to the 7th. So x will be 10 to the 7th over 6. So exciting. Dreams of logs. When you get down to something like 40, you're going to use your properties of logs. Oop. Don't die on me now. Oh no, pen. Fine, finger. So you'll use your properties of logs to smush the left side together into a single log. So that's part of the reason why we learned the properties last time. So if you're subtracting, you can divide. Again, it's a log base 10. My God, I don't know why they're all log base 10. That's okay. It's very common. It's good. It'll undo the left and 10 to the 8th on the right. Multiply both sides by 3, so it's 3 times 10 to the 8th. So 3 with 8 zeros. Fun to draw with the finger. Sweet. So is that an okay stop?